As you just heard from Joe and the Secretary, this really is a bipartisan issue, right? You're on the Transportation Committee. Sean Duffy says we can get these fixes done in 3 to 4 years. I had the former head of the FAA, Billy Nolan, who worked under Joe Biden, basically give me that same time frame the other day. Do you think that's right?
Yeah, this is an incredibly important issue. Look, we as Democrats in the House, we're going to be fighting with the administration on a lot of different issues, tariffs or whatever. But when it comes to this issue, upgrading the air traffic control system so the American people have full confidence in the safety of the system. We're going to work very closely with Secretary Duffy. We're partners. We're going to get this done. Your committee has thrown out the number of $12 billion, give or take somewhere in there, that might be needed on top of other funds to basically fix what's going on. There have been some numbers thrown out there, maybe like $30 billion. It's a big gap, but I guess you could argue it's not, given the problem and the importance of this. Is money the fix here? Is time the fix here? Is it both? What is it? It's all of the above, but certainly either of those numbers I'm comfortable with, because making sure that we have an air traffic control system that makes the United States the safest aviation system in the world. We currently are, but we have to keep investing to keep it that way. Ensuring that we can grow the system. Because as aviation grows, so grows the economy. It's so critical for the growth of the American economy, and the American confidence in the system is critical. All of the above lead to the conclusion we need to make these important investments.
So you started off by saying, look, we're going to push back against the administration when need be. But there's a real question, and you would have an insight into this given the position that you were just elected, of where your party goes from here, given the fallout of November. Diagnose for me, if you can, where you think your party heads.
Well, look, we are a broad-based party. We're only down 3 votes in the House. So overall, even though the election did not go well for Democrats, in the House of Representatives, we did a lot better. So we're only down 3 votes, and we are going to take the majority in this next election. The post that I've been serving in now is the political action chair of the New Dems. We're the moderate caucus of Congress. We have the progressive caucus, which is a large caucus as well, but we are the largest of the coalitions inside the Democratic caucus. And we're going to work together in a bipartisan way to get things done across the aisle when necessary, fight the administration when necessary. And because we're a broad-based party, we're not all going to agree on every issue.
So here was Stephen A. Smith. You know the name. He's been talked about. He's been out in the news. Basically, you mentioned progressives. Here's what he said about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I want to get your reaction on the other side.
But she gives the impression that when you talk about universal health care and you talk about other things, if it equated to taxing Americans 70% of their income, she wouldn't be against it. That ain't going to win you elections. The real issue that I'm having right now with the Democratic Party is I'm waiting to hear what your plan is. It can't be we're just against all things Trump.
Is he right there? Can't be against all things Trump. And then what is the plan?
I was waiting to see what his prediction was on the Knicks Celtics tonight. But as long as he's talking politics, I guess we'll talk
has he hit on to something there, though?
Well, look, obviously, we are uniting against Trump, particularly on this bill that's going through Congress right now, which would decimate the Medicaid system, which tens of millions of Americans would rely on. I'm the class of 2018. Remember, that was the year we elected dozens and dozens of new Democrats because the Republicans were going after the Affordable Care Act, and we said we're going to fight to protect the Affordable Care Act. The American voters do not want people taking away their health care, and the Medicaid system is not just important to people who receive Medicaid. As you know, this supports rural hospitals in red America, and rural hospitals will close if they move forward with this plan. So we're going to unite because it's the right thing to do, and it's good politics to fight for health care.
Got to leave it there. Nice to see you as always, Congressman Greg Stanton, Democrat from Arizona. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.